What's up, everybody? How the hell are you doing? What's going on? It is Wednesday, December 5th. I'm a little late. I apologize. You guys are going to forgive me because you have no other choice. You're just not going to be here. You know what I mean? You either forgive me or just don't show up. And that's okay. At this point, I don't really give a shit. How is everybody doing? Look at this, man. We are here. There's a new movement on TikTok. Look, folks, I might be biased. You know what I mean? I do have 3 kids, but being a dink sounds awesome. Just kidding. Oh, man. I mean, look at them. They're walking. You know what I mean? They're walking. I'm a dink. I mean, for one, first of all, like, I get it. Double income, no kids. Is that what that stands for? I have not done a lot of research on the dink movement, folks, but that sounds like it would double income, no kids. I mean, that's a pretty good financial. They're giving financial advice is what I'm saying. But it's echoey in here, man. I'll fix that. I could like move that thing and it'd probably bounce. But they're walking and being like, I'm a dink. We get appetizers and desserts, and we leave parties not by using an excuse, by just wanting to leave. I mean, come on, dude. What are you doing? Nobody gives a shit. Like, just do it. Like, just have fun. Like, just go out there. I get it. You have more money. Your girlfriend doesn't resent you, doesn't carry the resentment of 3 children and the broken down body of a woman that gave birth to 3 people and has breastfed them, spent 6 years of her life breastfeeding. She doesn't carry that hatred of you. I get it, okay? I understand. You're not working your ass off just to throw all the money into your children's hopes and dreams instead of your comfort and enjoyment. Fine, bro. Fine. Thank you for calling yourself a dink. I appreciate it because it sounds really stupid. Otherwise, it would look really attractive. And if you guys looked attractive in those videos, it would probably be helpful too. But you look stupid, okay? You dinks. Find hotter people. So it can make it even feel worse. I get it. I understand. I understand why it's good to have more money, more relaxation, sleep. Oh my God. Yeah, but does your 1.5-year-old run around screaming ball and taking and throwing everything out of the drawers? Does it? No. Actually, there's a lot of joy in being a parent. That's for damn sure. My son is going to be playing basketball. My 9-year-old will be playing basketball on the LA Clippers court this month. Oh man, and see, you dinks don't get to see the excitement on that dude's face when he found out that he gets to play on the Clippers court. So it's pretty epic. My cute little daughter is playing Shrek in the school play. She is literally Shrek. I don't know what the hell they're doing, but she is going to be Shrek. So it's all good. All right, everybody. So how the hell is crypto doing? You know what I mean? Let's look at the fellas in the chat. When are women going to show up? Do I have to do something? Does my wife need to leave me? Will that help me find women? We're getting close. I'm just kidding. Oh, come on, Cope. Don't go dark. Don't go dark. Everything's going to be okay. Check out decentralized science. Okay, Nico. I don't know what you're talking about, but I'll check it out. I'll Google it. Are we watching the Algo Assembly community call here? No, we're not. We're not going to do that. If you want to watch, is it on TV? Is it on? Are they streaming it live? I didn't sign up. I'm not a I didn't sign up, so I can't just hop on, and I'm certainly not going to figure out how to do it. So maybe that's why less people are here today. Hello, anybody home? Yeah, I'm home. Hi, Algo learner. Thank you for showing up again. Oh, Butterfly, are you a girl? Sorry, I'm now turning into a creepy man that is slowly trying to grow a beard, but you can't even really tell because there's so much gray. Damn it. All right. All right, Coop. All right, let's go. What's up? Tuesday. Is today Tuesday? Oh shit. It even says it on my show. I mean, I could have just looked at the screen. It says Tuesday. I got it right. I literally, right before I signed up, wrote Tuesday. I just want it to be Wednesday because I don't have anything to do on Wednesday except for this. Coop, let us know if you want us to identify as women. Could you do that? Everybody, if anybody that knows me, you know I love that game. All right, you don't have to. Good morning, 409. Thanks for showing up. All right, everybody, look, you are any dinks? We got any dinks in the crowd, by the way? Who are my dinks? You got double income, no kids relationships? Are you happy? Are you planning on ruining that with children? That's okay. Do it. All right. Hey, I haven't actually really been looking at prices. I did look at Bitcoin price. It was like at 2042, almost 5. Here to find out what dinks are. Well, we showed up to the right place, Zach. It is, I told you. And then what are they saying? Sinks or single income, no kids? So that's just a lonely person. So that's okay. You can have friends and you can have girlfriends or boyfriends, both of them. You can have both boyfriends and girlfriends, by the way, if that's your thing. Oh boy. The good thing about being completely improvisational, exhausted, and just showing up every day is that you say a bunch of stupid shit. And that's just what I'm going to do. Let's check the prices. I have no idea what the stock market's doing. I did see Bitcoin was at like 42.5. What are we doing? Is it going? Is it happening? Is this the blow off the top moment? Are we going to break 50? Is life back to normal? Are we feeling fantastic? What was the algo price the last time Bitcoin was 42.5? But anyways, let's figure it out. All right, I'm going to go to CNBC real quick and let's just scroll the news here. Let's navigate this noise and let's get going on. All right. I wrote a joke on Twitter about how all the dinks need to man up and give birth to a baby, and nobody gives a shit. Nobody thinks that's funny, or they think I'm just stupid, and think that men give birth to babies. Okay, so let's go to share the screen. CNBC. I'm swearing a lot today. Have you guys noticed? All right. All right. Let's go. Okay, so the Dow is down 0.33%, over 100 points. S&P is down 0.5%, and Nasdaq is sideways. And old Russ is down 1% in a third, or a quarter, really. Job openings slide to 8.7 million in October, well below estimate. To lowest level job openings slide to 8.7 million in October. Okay, so there's less job openings than expected. The lowest level since March 2021. All right. As we expected, the job market was going to tighten up, and this is what the Fed was looking for. Now we're going to enter into a very obvious recession. I think most of you and I think that we've been in a recession, but now it's going to get probably much worse, folks. People are not going to be able to find jobs. Their credit card, they're going to stop paying their credit card bills. Then they're going to stop paying their, what's next after the credit card bills? Probably their car payment. And then they're going to hopefully be able to pay for their rent. And people are going to minimize. They're going to leave big cities where it's expensive. And it's probably going to get a lot cheaper to rent. Who knows? I think we're in for a world of hurt. And what will happen then is that they'll have to cut rates in order to loosen up the economy a bit. And that will probably make silver, gold, Bitcoin pump. We're probably, any of you that have exposure to probably crypto, but most certainly Bitcoin, are probably going to have a good 2024. Now, the question is, folks, are we there? Or is it already begun? And I just can't believe it has. But don't listen totally to me because I'm exposed. I'm not selling this 42.5. I wouldn't short this if you put a gun to my head. I would not short Bitcoin right now. I mean, anything can happen. It could be a great move, but boy, could that just that could blow up your whole entire situation. But I'm not a financial advisor, folks. So do what you want to do. I'm not selling, but I'm also thinking that there's going to be more buying opportunities before this all takes off. It's just too obvious. It's too obvious right now. Bloomberg's calling for 500,000. It's just Tether just printed a bunch of it seems like every time that whale account says that Tether's printed $1 billion or whatever, the market just goes on an amazing, spaceship rocket launch mission. Oh my God. Anyways, so I don't know. Proceed with caution, but I hope you're already there and you're just like, I don't give a shit if it goes up or down. If it goes down, I'll buy. That is got to be. I mean, I'm hoping that you are allocated and you are excited if it goes down because you can buy more, and you're excited if it goes up because your net worth is going up. I hope you've taken advantage of this bear market. All right. I hope when we were down there in between 15 and 28, even, you have been accumulating and cautiously always leaving some cash on the side because all that stuff, just being reasonable in an unreasonable industry. That's not how you get mega rich, but it is also how you don't end up a homeless person. Holy shit. Bitcoin is up to 43. Damn. That happened in about an hour. It jumped $1,000 in like an hour. Coinbase is ripping. Damn. See, now I was gonna buy Bitcoin at 36. I was feeling FOMO at 36. A YouTuber is going to prison for intentionally crashing a pen. Like, what are you doing? What are these people doing? I got to say, I'll say this. This has nothing to do with anything. It's just the shit that I was thinking this morning. I see these things on Twitter all the time. Like a picture of Madonna, right? And they like circle her hand, her old ass hand. And the insinuation is that she's some sort of demon or dragon in reality, right? Except for just not an old crazy pop star with over the top plastic surgery on her face and mismatched hands. Like, if people are wondering why mental illness is rising in our youth, it's because you were making them look at an old ass fading pop star and think that she's some sort of demon instead of just an old ass lady getting older with wrinkly hands. Like that. Imagine just being like a 17-year-old kid on Twitter and being like, oh shit, like, are demons real? Like, oh, she a demon? Like she might be like some sort of weird, I don't know, like Satan worshiper or something. I don't know. I'm not saying that she's not like dark or anything, but like dragons and demons, man, like you're making these kids question everything. It's like, no, she's not a demon. Literally, she doesn't have a dragon claw or whatever the hell you're insinuating. She is probably nearly 70 years old and has partied her ass off her whole life and has old hands. And she's holding something so they're a bit strained and look a little worse. Oh man, I mean, I don't. That type of stuff is just like, what are you doing? Like, I get it, deep state. I get it, like the government and the all of the secrets that are held from us. And I understand a lot of the frustration of like what we're not being fed true information. And I do believe that Elon Musk is actually helping that with X and not censoring a lot of stuff. But like this idea that people are like lizards and demons in reality, and they're like, there's some sort of like, you're dehumanizing a bunch of people that disagree with you, and it's gross. All right. Billionaire Charlie Munger wanted his kids to hold on to 3 parenting lessons until their 100th birthdays. It'd be amazing to live to 100. Good job, dude. Like, honestly, guy lived to 99 years old, was rich as hell, and hated Bitcoin. Like, who cares? Lived to 99 years old. A dude was showing me his family, like his Mexican like lineage, and he had like there's like all like sort of like like strong farmer stock dudes. You could tell that they had seen some shit in their life, and like his grandpa was like 95 years old, 96 years old. His dad is like 80, you know what I mean, like maybe 79 or something. And then it was his uncle, and these guys just were like doing. He's like, they showed him that they're the 90-year-old still riding horses. I'm like, man, fucking turning into a bunch of punks sitting in front of computer screens with lights on us, doing our hair and wearing fancy shirts. Anyways, all right, we've spent enough time ranting on CNBC. We'll look at the headlines on Bloomberg real quick, because I still have not subscribed. I will. I like Bloomberg just because I feel like it is overtaken Wall Street Journal for being, the where they feed all the info. All right, so at least this is a clearer headline, so my tired brain doesn't have to decipher it. Job openings hit 2-year low and cooling to be welcomed by Fed. Yep. That's the weird markets. That's something that you learn when you pay attention. When inflation's hit, you want people to be out of work, so they tighten their strings and stop the extra spending. And then these, Target and whoever is even artificially inflating. If they're artificially inflating their prices, they stop selling things at those prices, so they have to cut it back down. And then inflation goes down. That's the most basic, retail version of it. Okay. Anything? I don't see anything. I want to find, Putin plans visit to Gulf in wake of OPEC plus deal on output cuts. They keep on cutting how much they'll supply. They're trying to get that price up. China rips U.S. for enemy stance after Raimondo. Enemy stance. That's harsh. What did Raimondo say? This is when I want. Now it's like I want to read this, but we're not going to be able to. U.S. should stop saying one thing, doing another, diplomat says. Commerce Secretary called for more funds to back chip curbs. All right, we can't read this. I shouldn't even go to that site. That's annoying. All right, folks. All right. So, I think 42.5, if that broke so easy, we're probably looking at 45 today. BlackRock received $100,000 seed funding for spot Bitcoin ETF. The unknown seed investor agreed to purchase 100,000 shares on October 27, 2023. Oh man, this thing's going to go live and Bitcoin is going to go parabolic, isn't it? Oh, man, it's hard to know. BlackRock Bitwise file updated applications for spot Bitcoin ETF. BlackRock's amended filing included clarifications on topics such as the trust structure and potential regulatory impacts on it. Asset manager BlackRock and crypto investment firm Bitwise both filed amended S1 forms with the SEC on Monday, answering further questions likely asked by the regulator in earlier conversations. The filing signaled that both parties are working hard to iron things out. Boop, boop, boop. Amendments by the other 11 applicants, including Fidelity, Franklin, and Wisdom Tree, will likely follow soon. BlackRock's updated filing included several changes ranging from themes like security, risks, disclosures, to the structure of the trust. In total, 21 notable amendments were made in the asset management giant's latest update. Others included potential regulatory impacts on the ETF and how to navigate the regulatory landscape in other jurisdictions such as the UK and the EU. The SEC is set to make a decision on whether or not to approve one or more spot Bitcoin ETFs between January 5th and January 10th, which is the next and final deadline. Yeah, that's happening, folks. Buy the rumor, sell the news. Is that what's going to happen? God, it doesn't feel like it. It feels like the mainstream media is pumping the hell out of this. I'm conflicted on that one. Pith Oracle Network brings industry heavyweights into governance post airdrop. The low latency Oracle Network's new strategic partners include Castle Island Ventures, Multicoin Capital, and Wintermute Ventures. They could play a major role in shaping how the platform evolves. Pith, a Oracle service that provides low latency pricing data to blockchains, distributes its new Pith governance tokens to more than 90,000 crypto wallets. The token was introduced as a way to decentralize Pith's governance process, a system that will allow token holders to vote on how the platform evolves. As a result of a strategic fundraising round announced this week, some of the crypto industry's largest players include some big name venture firms and market makers, could soon have a loud voice in this new system. The Pith Data Association, a Swiss nonprofit focused on Pith development, told CoinDesk this week that it had raised funds from crypto heavyweights Castle Island Ventures, Multicoin Capital, Wintermute Ventures, and Borderless Capital. Oh, buddy. Sweet Uncle Garcia buying the Solana Oracle. Did him and ran labs. They're making moves. Outside of the Algorand ecosystem. Pith was incubated by Jump, the crypto arm of Jump, a major Chicago-based trading firm, is spun out into an independent entity mid-year with the establishment of Duoro Labs, which is currently exclusively focused on the development of the Pith protocol. Okay. Well, there you go. Did you get the airdrop? Did you get it? Are you excited? DeFi market rebounds to 50 billion as speculators hunt for yield. My Coinbase stock is in the green. All right. Let's just look at the block real quick, and then we'll look at prices. Oops, that's not what I wanted. I had stuff queued up. We might look at it. Okay. Nubank partners with Talos to trim crypto trading costs. Okay. Bitcoin futures show market expects continued price appreciation into 2024. Yeah. I mean, that's why it's just going up. 43.5, man. Way outperforming the market. That whole Bitcoin outperforming alts is happening. Axie Infinity creator welcomes new Ape Iron video game. Coinbase NFT and OpenSea respond after third web vulnerability disclosure. Okay, none of this really. Bitcoin bears face short squeeze risk as price rises above 43,000. Man, are you fucking people shorting Bitcoin? What a wild move. I mean, if you listen to some of these bears on like the hardcore bears, not the guys like me being like, look, you got to be a little skeptical at this because this is a bit over the top. But if you're listening to the guys that are like really aggressively bearish, you may think it's a good idea to short Bitcoin. It's not a good idea right now to short Bitcoin. You could win. Okay, Terra Classic is down 11.5%. Who would have guessed? Bakery token. Okay, just kidding. Okay, share this tab instead. Fear and greed is high, folks. We're at 79 in the greed, and it's probably just going up. We're probably at the end of this cycle. What is I think they update that every 24 hours. So we are heavily in the greed. That's not what Warren Buffett said. Did not say buy when others are greedy. All right. So we got Bitcoin at 43.4 and pretty good volume, 32.5. I think that's the same as yesterday. Ethereum is pushing up to 2,300. XRP is, I mean, it's up. It's up. Solana is up. It's up. 61.69. Cardano is up. Tron is basically sideways at 10 cents. Polkadot's up. Polkadot's up about 4% in the last 24 hours, up 9% over the last 7 days. It wants $6 back. That's good. In the green over there as well. Litecoin at 74. My three Litecoin in the green, baby. All right, sorry. I'm going to stop talking about my bags. Okay, all right, let's keep going. Hedera is up 6% in the last day, so that's doing pretty well. Near is up 9% over the last day. It's really pushing up. For what? I don't know. VeChain up 15% in the last week, 5% in the last 24 hours. Stacks is like gone crazy. 62% in the last 7 days, 11.5% in the last 24 hours. Way over $1, 116. FTT up 6% in the last hour. All of those retail just piling into FTT. I doubt that. Ordi. What the hell is Ordi? I keep on seeing people talk about Ordi. Terra Classic. And then Algorand. You can build Uber on top of it. Have you guys heard? 15.5 cents. Up 15% in the last 7 days. Not quite Ordi's performance. 208%. 2.5% over the last 24 hours. Okay, what the hell is Ordi? We're going to look at the volume too. This thing has gone nuts. What is it? The total amount of Bitcoins is 21 million, and one can be subdivided into 100 million Satoshi. Okay, yeah. And there are 2,100 trillion Satoshi in total. Here, we must first understand the inscription, which is created by writing content to Satoshi using the ordinals protocol. The inscription does not need to use a separate token, sidechain, or change Bitcoin. What the ordinals protocol does is to write information to each Satoshi, such as text, pictures, audio, and video, etc. Due to the size limit of the Bitcoin block, the main information for inscribe, that is mint, is mainly text and pictures in the form of NFT and token. So what is Ordi? Do you guys know what Ordi is? Somebody in the comments tell me. They just explained what ordinals was. Oh, it's a meme coin. Okay, it's just a meme coin. All right, never mind. Don't explain anything. All right, how was the Algorand volume? 70 million. This is high for Algorand. I mean, no, this is actually, we're back to normal. There was like $150 million or 50 million volume. Andre has moved on to probably his other tokens. Did you guys see? All right. Well, before we start talking about other things, let's see what gold and silver are doing. They're back. They've fallen back to earth. So gold is back down to around 2,000. So there you go. And silver is at 24. What in God's name was that pump on Sunday? Why did gold pump so much? Somebody just made a huge purchase, I guess, of gold. All right. Vestige. You guys like Vestige? You guys like ASAs? You like Algorand? Algorand's up 15% in the last 20 or week. Polka Gold is rugging. Bognance. Oh my God. Yieldification. I'm just reading things I see on the screen. All right, so there's green in the ASA world. No real big moves of note. Opal is down about 2% over the last 24 hours. They're at 9.5 cents. Wasn't the sale for Opal at 5 cents? So you guys, if you believe in that and their cross-chain adventures, the sale was 5 cents that you weren't allowed to be part of, most likely. Coop, or actually GORA first. GORA Network, a friend of the show. We were watching them be stuck to 25 cents for a while. It looks like they're down, but they clearly got back up to 30 cents, and they're still, they're still where they above where they had been sitting for a while at 28 cents. Coop Coin is above where it had been sitting for a long time, but down another 6%. But been pushing up in the last hour, and it's a cent in 6. So we're over a cent and a half over there at Coop. Opal. They're going to a layer 2. What is it? Polygon? Which layer 2 are they going to? Does anybody know? Have they announced that yet? The market cap is 20 million. All right. Okay. I do want to see, did I queue these things up? I guess I didn't. I didn't queue anything up. And I forget what I was talking about, what I was going to queue up. Oh, there was the guy. Let's look up this guy real quick. I thought this was interesting. No, not that. What time is it? Okay, we're getting there. Let's go here. I just followed him. So this dude, I'm going to share in a second. All right, let's share this real quick. So I don't know if you guys watched Charles Hoskinson November 30th on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano. We watched on the show, we watched a clip. And this guy, I'm not going to read this whole damn thing because he wrote a damn essay, but I thought that this was pretty good pushback on Charles. So let's just read it real quick. Just because you may have missed it. He only has like 8,000 followers. So you can follow him. I followed him. I thought it was, I think he writes well. He's local to me, so whatever, I followed him. Okay, Charles Hoskinson, founder of Cardano, is clearly a primary source of misinformation about Bitcoin. This is a person that provides altcoiners with all of their anti-Bitcoin arguments. Okay, that's a bit much. They follow him like he's a god. No, they don't. And they repeat everything he says without ever questioning his motives. They certainly don't do that. Maybe you're talking about not altcoin people. You're talking about ADA people. This is me shining a light on where and how Charles is filling the minds of people with misinformation about Bitcoin. This sounds, reading it out loud, it doesn't sound as good as it was when I read it first. First, he tries to make the case that his presence at Cardano after launching 7 years ago is no different than Satoshi bootstrapping Bitcoin for only 18 to 24 months back in 9 to 10. He had 100% of the hash power and total control over the Bitcoin network. There was no immaculate conception, according to him. So he asked, why is it that the case that everything that is not BTC is a scam? I'll tell you why, Charles. Satoshi mined a lot of Bitcoin in the early years because there was no one else to bootstrap the network back in those days. But unlike you, he hasn't touched a single Satoshi. He's clearly one of the wealthiest people in the world on paper, but he has never touched any of it. He clearly thought it was more important to send the right signal to the public by making it abundantly clear that Bitcoin is a gift to humanity and not a tool to enrich his creators. Sorry, I read less well as I was trying to do other things. By contrast, you have and continue to enrich yourself at the expense of your followers. Meanwhile, you're flying around on private jets, making tens of millions per year staking ADA and using your community as exit liquidity. Let's be honest. The optics around that aren't great. Charles then tries to bring Satoshi down a peg by suggesting that because Satoshi's wallet holds 5% of the supply, that Satoshi is no different than him, Vitalik, or any other altcoin founder. This is straight up disingenuous, Charles. That's an absolutely preposterous analogy. You're flying around on private jets. He already said that, but yeah. And Satoshi's wallet hasn't spent a single sat. Come on, bro. To be fair, he said some things I agree with. Okay. I just thought, that is interesting. He does, Charles Hoskinson, and what is the pushback on that? Because Charles is very rich, and he got very rich from Cardano. And it made me think, because really, let's just leave this. It made me think because really, if Charles Hoskinson would leave Cardano and he would become, a person that's just basically watching it and wouldn't lead all these things. And then Cardano would keep on going because it's a really decentralized thing. It doesn't need him. It doesn't need whatever. And it made me start thinking about Algorand and Sylvia Macaulay, which may actually be happening as we know it, where it does seem like Silvio's taking a step back, or very consciously taking a step back, because he's making very few comments. I know he did an article in Wired Italia, and he did talk about Algorand. I know that he's going to be at the Paris blockchain next year, so I don't think that he's completely and utterly backed off, but he's certainly taken a step back. And if you listen to what the plans are for Algorand Foundation, and decentralizing relay nodes, the gossip network, yada 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 yada, that is moving Algorand to a much more decentralized state if they execute on that properly. And then you'll be able to choose the relays, or you'll be able to choose the gossip network. And if you need really super duper high performance and you're a massive scale, whatever, you can use the relay network, or you can, if you're just retail and decentralization and everything is more important to you, then the gossip network can work just fine for you. That is pretty amazing. And if it is all pulled off and Algorand is able to exist on its own without the foundation, without everything, and then the foundation is able to get countries like India and all of these different projects to put their systems, their processes, their whatever on the blockchain of Algorand, and then it's just there and it's how they work, and there's an incentive loop happening to where they own algo. Their incentive is to continue to use it, and however they set up processes for it to be fully decentralized. That's pretty exciting, and I think Algorand actually has a path towards this. Do a lot of these other ones have a path towards this? I mean, we're seeing people like Borderless Capital. If you've been watching my show for a long time, you're seeing these early bootstrapping people of Algorand kicking rocks. They're gone. Now, I think Borderless Capital is unique because I know in the beginning of the year, they had a plan to basically alienate the Algorand Foundation. And they wanted to, they wouldn't say that that's what their plan was, but that was what their plan was. They were trying to create a more community-led thing, which meant led by them, because they knew that the Algorand Foundation was probably alienating Borderless Capital a bit, and Rand Labs, frankly. And then what happened afterwards was that the Borderless Capital and Rand Labs wallet, mALGO, got hacked. And then Borderless Capital wanted the Algorand Foundation to reimburse everybody, which was predominantly suspiciously, not suspiciously. It's actually not suspicious because most projects were seeded by Borderless Capital. But what I'm saying is that then you have Borderless Capital wanting the foundation to make all of their profile companies whole, and with the threat of leaving. And then when the Algorand Foundation didn't fulfill that promise, they basically kicked rocks, which was probably the plan anyways. And now they're throwing money around to Pith Network and different projects in Polkadot and wherever else they're doing it. So Borderless Capital is all but gone in the Algorand community, which is probably a good thing, because if the SEC was looking at the early days of Algorand, certainly Borderless Capital, or Algo Capital is what it was called at that point, and Rand Labs are persons of interest in any kind of shady dealings that may or may not have gone down. So there's something really happening in Algorand where they are shedding the skin of these old players, and potentially that's a very good thing, or it's just a secret government takeover. I crack myself up. You know what I mean? I don't even know what I'm talking about. Not missing much in the algo call, to be frank. Well, there is a lot of stuff. Richard Harris, if you are just coming back, there's a lot of interesting stuff happening in India. You may have been back. You may have been here recently to hear a lot of that India stuff, but there's continuing deliverance of these things. And I'm the only one talking about this, by the way. I'm the only one talking about this kind of shedding of the skin type of thing. It's just, to me, it's just this lingering thing that just got ignored, and now it's just done. I know. I know what was really happening when I was doing this show, by the way. And for anyone that's listening, when I was doing this show earlier in the year and I was talking about borderless capital and Rand Labs and stuff like that, I wasn't getting any pushback from anybody at the foundation. There was an idea that I got the idea with nobody explicitly telling me it, that I was onto something because of the, hey, oh yeah, there was. But then when I started questioning Stacy is when I became a problem for them. So it's super weird and stupid, honestly. But whatever. I do actually feel a bit excited about it when I think about it. When I think about the fact of the turnover at Inc. and at the foundation, none of these people at inception are still around. Who's still around since inception? Silvio. And who else? Probably some of the board members at the foundation, based on the way they look, and their names are very Italian. But so there has been a total moving on, and then you have John Woods, which has nothing to do with the early days of Algorand, and he's kind of leading the charge in a lot of different ways. I don't think Gary Maloof may have been there a while, but you got John Woods fully working on decentralizing the way consensus happens. So, and even going against something that Silvio has talked about for a long time, incentivizing relay nodes. I need to stop sharing so I get that stupid circle gone. So that's it. It's definitely not buy the rumor, sell the news, because when the ETF, okay, so let's go back to that. All right, let's fucking go. Let's go. Hey, what's up, Ryan? I haven't seen you in a while. You kind of just describe yourself. Oh man. What, my old hands? My hands are old, bro. Look at these freaking young man hands. Look at this shit. They're gorgeous. Look at these perfect hands. Voodoo noir. LOL Madonna. So you guys were upset about the, you guys believe in the demons and the lizards? Come on, dude. I know some of you do. I understand it. And we don't have to agree on everything. But come on, man. You believe in the demons and the lizards? Give me a break. Conor McGregor's running for president in Ireland. Is he really? Oh, that's funny. Agree with not caring either way with BTC today. Awesome if it goes up and brings more to all digital assets, and if it dumps, then you can buy the dips. All got good for me. I'm not in BTC. Yeah, well, if you're not in BTC, it doesn't matter if it goes up or down. I mean, it goes up, it's going to bring alts with it. So, and if it goes down, it's going to give you opportunities. Certainly, if it goes down, it's certainly going to give you opportunities to buy alts at a small price, lower price. Zach, it's all good. I don't know. What does demon maxing even mean? Maybe I don't understand what you guys are even talking about. Maybe there's some sort of like, I mean, I don't deny, by the way, I probably already lost you if you, by saying that. I don't deny that she might be doing some creepy shit or some satanic shit, I guess. But I don't know what demon maxing means. Kelsey Grammer is a Trump supporter. Well, Frazier likes Trump. I'm not. Smash the like button if you like Algorand, Ludo says. Thank you. Okay, so the assembly is live now. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Not missing much in the algo call, to be frank. I just came back. Oh, okay. That's what you were saying. It's definitely not buy the rumor, sell the news, because when the ETF launches, it will immediately bring in tens of billions of dollars from all the financial advisors, asset managers now recommending it. Yeah, I mean, that's basically, the thing is, don't they know that? Like, aren't people positioning themselves? Why wouldn't they be positioning themselves right now? I understand, but they could be self-custodying it, and then they can send it. They can do it different ways. You know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, we got the futures the Bitcoin futures ETF. I mean, that's obviously a very different thing. We've all been waiting for the spot ETF. I mean, look, maybe, by the way, maybe It's just, to me, it seems so obvious, but maybe the obvious thing right now is the fact that Bitcoin is priming up to exceed expectations. You know what I mean? So maybe we're thinking too small, and then it's going to be even bigger than we're thinking. Maybe that is the thing that is going on. We'll see. Like I said, it can go up, and I'll be a little like, God damn it, why didn't I make that purchase at 36? I mean, because in the end, if you really 100% believing, I joked about this on Twitter a bit, or I didn't even joke, I just commented on this on Twitter. I commented on this on Twitter about like all this ideas like, oh, buying it at 25 and 45 is the same thing. This is like such the hopium that we see every time these markets pump like this and then they come crashing down. We're seeing all of the signs of previous pumps then dumps. I mean, it's like a playbook is being rolled out once again. So now we're here again and we're thinking, okay, we're not going to sell because this thing is going to keep on going up like a rocket ship, right? But if it truly does go up like crazy, then yeah, it is. I mean, 25, 45, if Bitcoin is at 150, then 25 and 45 are about the same thing. But I have a feeling, man, I don't know. I just don't buy it. I don't buy it. I personally don't buy it. I'm not selling it, but I don't buy it because I don't know. I just think that there's more games to be played, but maybe not. Maybe it's just as simple as the fact that once these things get approved, a ton of capital, the theory, investment managers are going to start taking that commission and giving people that 1% to 5% exposure to Bitcoin. And once that happens, there's going to be such an incredible amount of money going into it that it's going to explode. And then they'll start manipulating it because they're going to have the tool to do so more so than before. They'll have the tools. But if it rockets to 100 and they start manipulating it in the new range, anybody buying in between 25 and 45 is going to be like, well, whatever. I'm 100% up, 200% up, 300% up. So, all right. Well, there you go, folks. I don't really answer any questions. So there you go. Demon maxing. What is demon maxing? Let's look that up. Yeah, I don't know. Does anybody know what do people, so they think that they're like, so that the idea is that they believe that these people are, what are they doing? I mean, I know that, what is the idea? Does anybody know what the idea is behind why these people are demons? I just think that that's like really contributing to people's like dissatisfaction with life and not knowing what's real. I just think that I worry about young people being raised to think that people are demons. God. All right, everybody. Hey, I appreciate you. Hello, anybody home? Are we watching the algo? Oh no, sorry, that's old. All right. Well, nobody's going to answer that because I don't think anybody has the answer to that that's left watching the show. So I appreciate you guys. Thanks for showing up. I'll see you tomorrow, which is Wednesday. I got that wrong earlier. Wednesday, December 6th. I'll see you tomorrow at 12:30. Hopefully I'll be on time tomorrow at 12:30.